Alrighty, and never talk here from Post. Don't forget to follow me on Substack, X, and YouTube, and TikTok as well. So, the question here that is in stake is golf in decline? Let's find out.
Wow, and it's on the green. Brilliant. Scoring the headlines that matter. Post. Legends rising. Now you're listening with power.
Because I digress in many shapes and forms that golf is in decline. Many people have been saying that since the Live Golf came in, and that the PGA has been having some sort of a struggle with their branding, with their business. Golf as a business, it's not that it's in decline. My opinion is that it's shifting, it's changing, And in my TikTok and my content everywhere, whether it's in my articles or whatnot, people have been, commenting that, golf is in decline in general, not just as a sport, but as a business as well. But as I said, I digress, because there's many things that let us know the difference and the opposite thing that people are saying. Golf has faced precipitations of decline for years. So in recent data, it shows that has a rebound and has sustained growth. Participation has surged post-pandemic, reaching levels not seen since the early 2000s. That's a thing. So let's take it back and take some historical trends so we know, a little bit of the background. Because if you don't understand the history behind this, you won't understand the question in hand and how to answer it, So from the early 2000s to 2018, USA golf participation dropped a 22%, with fewer players, an aging demographic, and of course, closures outpacing openings. So many people are saying that golf courses are closing, that viewership is going down, and I digress, as I said many times, because we've noticed that with TGL, golf has been evolving, and they're changing the mentality of how we see golf. Golf is usually seen as a slow, boring sport, but TGL has shown us that it's opening to a different eye. We're trying to cater to the younger ones, trying to get more people into golf, and older sources highlighted millennial disinterest, and that's why we're doing this sort of technology mixing golf and giving it more of a exposure to that, and not just saying that, oh, you can play simulators. No, there's a full league that actually embraces teams with simulator and real life golf, all mixed in one thing. So it's been shrinking, the golfer numbers, from 30 million in 2006 to 26 million by 2016. That is a big gap. 4 million people. You might think it's small, but that is a lot of people. A lot of people, if you ask me. So in recent years, there has been a growth. And that is good. That is amazing. So by 2024 and 2025, on-course play hit 28 million participants, up 16% over 5 years, with 1.5 million new golfers in 2024 alone. The largest jump since 2000. Of course, options like simulators grew 73%, which is what I use most of the time, since 2019, attracting 19 million more casual players. So what are the key drivers that are bringing more players? Could it be that this new league called the Live Golf that has been running for a few years be the thing? Because I digress. I think that Live has actually been more of a controversial thing than anything else, if you ask me. So the big key driver for this momentum is none other than technology. I've heard female golfers say that their introduction to golf was Wii Golf. Technology and video games and pop culture are the driving force at this point in time that are giving more golfers and more people the chance to play more golf, in terms of being motivated, So technology, just as smart clubs, and simulators, lowered barriers. There's this new thing that I've seen on the internet, specifically in Amazon, that it's like a Bluetooth golf club that you connect to your TV, and it uses different sort of technologies mix in order for you to simulate golf in the most cheap way possible, but still having the same feel if you were playing either real golf or real simulated golf, And it's just a club with a little blue ball at the end, and then you just swing it. You connect it to the system, and when you swing it, you can swing, and depending on what club is shown on the screen, it's basically how heavy the ball is going to feel, or the the movement and whatnot. When you move it, how it's going to feel, and that is awesome. Um, it's incredible to see those things come to life. Because we need more people to enjoy the game of golf, whether you enjoy watching it or playing it. It doesn't matter. And we got to talk more about golf. And we're going to build this community and get more people interested in this. So if you're one of those that you want to get into a community where we talk about golf in any shape or form, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. So younger players are being interested from 18 to 34, which in decades we haven't seen that. And another thing that has gave us the growth of golf has been females. Recently, last year, we celebrated the 75th year of the LPGA, and we've seen more women get into golf, and that is incredible. We need more women in golf. If you're a female and you are interested in golf, we need more of you out there playing, swinging a club, whether you do it like an amateur, recreationally, or professionally. Doesn't matter how you do it, but we need you in the golf course swinging. Come on. So, at this point in time, participation has doubled or quadrupled, So, the industry revenue at this point in time reached $35 billion in 2025, fueled by real estate ties and recession resilience. You ask me, are we really having a decline in golf? Or is golf just bringing it up and exploding like a volcano? I don't know. Recently, I've seen more sponsors on golf. Recently, I've seen more tours, more events, more leagues. TGL has recently announced the women's TGL. Like, hello? ABC, ESPN, ESPN Plus, Peacock, NBC, Golf Channel, they're all pushing golf in many shapes and forms. I remember last year with the Masters, wow, it was phenomenal. Lots of people were waiting for the Masters, last year. And what else do you want, The Grand Thornton Invitational with the women and the males all coming together. That was incredible. And we saw lots of people sitting there enjoying some good old golf. So I know. There is many challenges ahead, with traditional club memberships continue to decline in some regions. That is a thing. Not everybody can keep up with the memberships, and there is a lag in demand with fewer new courses. Growth relies on maintaining accessibility amid utilization. That is one reason why in many states and different places, disc golf has become popular. It's a more accessible version of golf. I've heard actually traditional golfers move and jump to the disc golf world, and that is due to the fact that anyone at any shape or form can practice disc golf. Any disc golf course around the world is free. There is barely any disc golf courses out there that are actually by through a membership where you have to pay or anything. It's free. All you got to do is get your set, and mind you, a set of disc golf is like $20 to $30 minimum, and for a traditional golf, you can spend thousands upon thousands of dollars, and you don't want to be spending thousands of dollars if you are just casually playing and you're not sure if you're going to enjoy the game. And that is why in recent years, lots of people have shifted to disc golf. Even my social media has blown. And another thing is that, younger people are more interested in things that social media pushes. And for some reason, disc golf has been something that social media has been pushing in their algorithms, whether you're in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X, Threads. It doesn't matter where you are, TikTok. You're going to get something out of disc golf if you follow sports or if you follow golf at any shape or form, That's the thing. That's the thing. So, again, I'll leave you all with a question here down below. Is golf actually in decline? And I'm not just saying as a business, I'm also saying as a sport. Is it actually in decline? Because I'm just a golf journalist. But if eventually I get the chance, I wouldn't mind playing some golf. Not professionally, because professionally I'd rather just talk about golf and walk around, have a microphone, and ask questions to the professional golfers, But I wouldn't mind playing a few rounds here and there throughout the year. That is the thing. And if you ask me, golf is not in decline. Sure. Maybe some tours are in decline, like the PGA and so on and so forth. But is the PGA really the only thing you can watch and the only thing you can enjoy to say that you enjoy golf? No. This is not like basketball, NFL, or any other sport that has this one league that's the only league you should watch, and if you watch anything else, you're going to have a struggle. No. In golf, you got the DP World Tour. You've got the Latin American Tour. You've got, obviously, like I mentioned, the PGA. You got the LPGA. You got the JPGA. The JLPGA. Yeah, I was confused how to pronounce that one. The Japanese version. You've got all those small, non-broadcasted leagues you can watch by just buying a ticket, like the Puerto Rican Pro-Am. You can buy a ticket, go watch. Simple. And one of my favorite journalists from Puerto Rico that I actually studied with her, she actually has participated in the amateur version of the Pro-Am of Puerto Rico. So let me ask you, is golf really in decline? No. Maybe the PGA. That's what's in decline. Not golf in itself. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts? Now, I'm Matt Rosar from Chip and Post. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more golf updates. Scoring the headlines that matter. Bye. Now, you're listening with power.